Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the latest episode of In the Trees with your hosts, Matt
and Derek.
And tonight, we're going to talk about and dive into a little bit about the mysterious world of UFO sightings here in our favorite state of Oklahoma.
Basically, we'll talk about little green men. Maybe not exactly green men, but close enough to where, it should be interesting enough.
No tinfoil hats, I promise.
Not yet.
We're going to talk about the specific hotbed area known as the Tulsa Triangle, which is an area in northeastern Oklahoma that has a pretty lengthy history, actually, after we've done some research about the strange and unexplained phenomena in the sky. The triangle itself, Derek, is said to stretch from Tulsa to Bartlesville, back to Talala, and covers an area of roughly 2,000 square miles. In addition to UFOs, there have been reports of strange lights, mysterious, creatures, unexplained aerial phenomenon, all the works. And even some researchers have said that the Tulsa Triangle may be a portal to another dimension or a hotspot, per se, for what they call interdimensional activity, which is a whole nother discussion.
And honestly, I'm all into interdimensional stuff, any parallel universe, which, that might be another video time stuff. But, honestly, the creature is probably Bigfoot. We kind of just had our last video about that. But really anything, that's in that kind of area, I associate with Bigfoot. It's Tulsa, that area. There's a lot of wooded areas in that kind of region.
Yeah, you could throw a stone and nobody'd hear it. But, other people have even speculated that the U.S. government might have some involvement there, with a secret lab or project or military experiments. But that's, of course, down the line, on the far end of this spectrum there.
We're not trying to get blacklisted on, our second episode by going into
Right.
government stuff yet. But
right.
Maybe when we get, some following and likes on all our videos and stuff, we'll go from there.
Right. So, just to talk a little bit about the triangle itself, we're going to take you back to the what we call a flap in UFOlogy, where you have a high number of sightings in a particular calendar year. That's called a flap, by the way.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know that. He was talking to me. I'm like, what in the world are you talking about, bro? That sounds like something, like a house or something like that from another country.
So we're going to take you back to about 52 years, to 1971 in Tulsa, Oklahoma was the first strange phenomenon that left the city questioning what they saw. They actually dubbed this the Tulsa Triangle to begin with. And what started this one was on November 2nd, 1971. 3 pilots reported seeing a triangular-shaped object hovering above them while they were flying their planes. They all said that it was close to 600 feet and had a bright white light shining from the bottom. The pilots also reported seeing 2 smaller objects circling the larger one.
Wow. That's actually pretty interesting. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what I would actually think about that, but,
That's like 2 football fields. Isn't a football field like 300 feet? So can you imagine something being 2 football fields next to you in a puddle jumper, of an airplane, and you're going, what is that?
I'm definitely dipping out. That's for sure.
The sighting was even confirmed on radar, apparently, which showed an unknown object at the same time, same location as the pilot's report, which is, credible people to begin with. You don't become a pilot being a moron. And, the sighting was witnessed by many people on the ground as well, all throughout the area, and they all reported seeing lights and objects in the sky. And, on that same night, 3 Boy Scouts from a group of 9 on a camping trip in that same area reported seeing a silent, large craft with multicolored lights that lit up the area around them. And the craft reportedly hovered for several minutes before flying away. According to most of the boys, it was triangular shaped again, which corroborates with what the pilots had said. And then they ran back to their campsite to tell the rest of the group what they had seen. But the incident was reported to the local police, of course. The investigation was launched, but
it's not normally the type of story you hear from Boy Scouts, so that's a good thing at least.
Right. I can't imagine being the police officer on duty that night going, why is there a group of young men in front of me talking about a triangular light? It must have been a night back in 1971. That same night, they even had a sighting by Lake Tenkiller, which is about 50 miles southeast of Tulsa. The area is known for its natural beauty and is a popular destination for camping, fishing, and all that stuff. And it's also over the years been reported, with the UFO thing going on, people seeing unexplained craft, things coming in and out of the water. USOs is another word they've been throwing around nowadays with UAPs. There's all sorts of terminology for UFOs that you could throw out there. But November 2nd, 1971 definitely stood out as one of the most significant. But there was other activity in that year. Once you...
Oh yeah, no, I think when I was looking up some things, I think I saw in the summer of that same year near Lake Murray, there was a group of people kind of camping, and I think one of the ladies was named Miss Evans, and she saw basically a bright light, some pulsating, stuff going on in the sky. So she woke up her husband, all the other campers that were with her, like, hey guys, you need to come check this out. This is crazy. They all kind of described this similar scenario where it was pulsating light in the sky, where it's in a kind of a large triangle craft. It was like about, I think, maybe 30 feet in diameters, and what they kind of saw from their angle from, at least the ground. It's probably kind of a little bit harder to maybe judge from the craft side, looking up, I guess,
For sure.
But yeah, like I said, it's definitely been bunch of different reportings in this area, especially in that year, and not just other years. Amongst other things I've been kind of looking up, I stumbled upon an actual international UFO industry that's all basically just located in Oklahoma, or at least the ones I pulled up. And there's stuff from UFO sightings from literally just 2 months ago to months ago, all the way to
this month.
Yeah, I think the last one we just saw was some Enid, Oklahoma. Was March 4th. The one before that was Broken Arrow.
So they're happening all the time.
Oh yeah, they just don't talk about them that much.
Right.
Just over the last few years, the government's been releasing their own UFO sightings and stuff, like where they see these devices that are just crafts that just go out of nowhere with no propulsion and all this crazy stuff. So it's definitely out there. We're not alone. Honestly, I think it might just be like robots from another side of the universe. But that's my own. We'll talk about that in another episode.
that's going into another subject as well, Derek. No, I agree with you 100%. I have very, very devout reservations as far as what our government knows and what we know as a people. I think there's a distinct difference between the two, because the government has all of this information, has had all of this information. You just look at the Tic Tac video, that was from 2007.
Yeah, the UFO was I think Joe Rogan had it on one of his podcasts. Yeah.
2007. It's 2023, so they waited 16 years to show us that.
Oh yeah.
What else are they hiding?
Oh, completely. No, I 100% agree with that. And that was basically, what we wanted to talk about this episode, guys. Obviously, if you know more things you want to talk about that you've experienced in Oklahoma, or even know just some mysteries or some, cryptozoology stuff that we might not have already ran into by just, looking up stuff, just let us know. But this is In the Trees with
Matt
and Derek. And hopefully, guys, if you liked our videos, definitely leave us a like. Leave us comments, questions, whatever you want to do. Definitely give us a big thumbs up. That definitely helps. And let us know that you guys are enjoying what we got going. And as long as the government doesn't blacklist us and kidnaps us for talking too much about the government, we'll be giving you an episode 3. Until next time, guys.
Until then, stay curious and keep your eyes to the sky, folks.
All right, guys. See ya.
Bye.